Have you ever been on a call with a company and heard this message of your call being recorded or monitored? If so, you have witnessed employee monitoring first. Being in restaurant management for 13 years, I have seen the pros and cons of employee monitoring. Today, I will discuss the advantages and disadvantages with you. Have you ever felt that you were being micromanaged, that your every move was being watched while at work? Well, chances are they were, and the culprit was none other than your very own boss. Monitoring employees may sound like something a non-trusting employer would do, but let's explore the reasons an employer would go through such measures as to risk open and truthful communication, measurable mutual goals, commitment to mutual gain, and organizational support. According to a survey in 2007 by the American Management Association, over half of the employers in the nation use some form of employee monitoring. The three most common monitoring fall into the categories of telephone, computer, and video. Employers use telephone monitoring for many things according to MediaBloodhound.com. They use it to review calls and search for ways to provide better customer service. They use it to provide better employee feedback, which allows for more quality on-the-job training. And finally, they use telephone monitoring to observe productivity by knowing the number of personal calls made during working hours. However, the main disadvantage to employers monitoring company phone lines is the possibility to infringe on privacy rights. It's crucial then for employers to cease monitoring once they realize a personal phone call is being made or they are indeed in violation of the law. Of course, this can lead to employees then increasing the use of their personal cell phone during business hours or even turning to their work computers to try and conduct personal business during working time. Hence, then, the need for computer monitoring arose. PrivacyRights.org shows that companies use computer monitoring for these reasons. First, to track idle time, which leads to tracking productivity, and finally, to be able to monitor social media sites by either complete restriction or observation of negative comments made by consumers or their employees alike. It should be noted, though, that a subtype of computer monitoring often seen today is GPS tracking. This can occur via vehicle tracking or cell phone tracking. Vehicle tracking can trace location, speed, mileage, drive time, idle time, stop time, and then create trip reports that allow companies to not only track idle time and productivity, but to monitor the safety of their employees as well. Cell phone tracking allows employers to also be in tune with the whereabouts of their employees. The major downfall, though, of computer monitoring is that employees can feel suffocated by the constant monitoring, and job stress associated with such demanding performance monitoring can ensue. Lastly, we find video monitoring. Employers typically use video surveillance to monitor workplace theft, both that of their employees and of their customers. They again monitor productivity via camera, but then also use it to provide security for their employees, which many female employees find is beneficial. Like telephone and computer monitoring, video monitoring can lead to feelings of invasion of privacy, and companies need to ensure that camera placement is in accord with privacy rights. Although, let's take a look at how employee monitoring can benefit both the company and the worker. By creating a more well-trained staff, improved customer service can be offered. When consumers' needs are aptly met, sales tend to increase, which, with an effective company, will result in increases of profitability more often than not. This increase to the bottom line would then be partially passed back down to employees by improved benefits, be it through pay increases, better stock or 401k options, better insurance, or even more frequent company-sponsored outings. In the end, the company and the employees both come out ahead. In a poll from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, over 80% of both employees and employers seem to agree that it is acceptable for employees to serve non-work related websites and to send personal emails during work. But over half of both employees and employers agreed that this non-work related web surfing does indeed compromise activity. So then, where is the infringement on privacy rights when employees and employers seem to align in their ways of thinking when it comes to productivity? It seems then most beneficial to all to implement as an employer and ultimately accept as an employee some form of employee monitoring. So, be it that you're a manager or an employee, the advantages definitely seem to outweigh the disadvantages when it comes to employee monitoring in the workplace. Thank you for your time.